Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Ryuz and welcome back to another deck showcase video. This week I am going to show you the easiest, the most relaxing, the almost no-brained aggro deck I've ever made. It's so simple, it makes eating crayon look sophisticated. I don't think I need to emphasize more, so let's jump straight into it, shall we? Before you decide to make this deck, I want to tell you that this is not a meta deck by any means. It's a meme deck, but it has enough power to smack a meta deck and make them call you daddy. This is a very cheap deck. The only SSR you kind of need is Jorogumo's SSR because it can deal AoE damage. You don't really need Kamikui's SSR. I mean, sure, having it won't hurt, but not having it is completely fine too, because all it does is just give him a gradual attack boost. That's it. It's like OG Ibaraki, but slightly better. Anyway, with this deck, all you want to do is literally just level up Hoshiguma Doji and Shiranui, then sit back until level 3. You might not believe me, but after evolving those two, you can just sit back until you can punch your opponent hard enough. It is super easy to play this deck, but there are times when you want to assault. For example, when the opponent has annoying back row Shigami, you can use Shiranui Blazing Flame and your possibly humongous rally buff to beat them up. And if your health is a bit low, use Jorogumo's Searching Thread to suck the life of your opponent's Shigami. Other than that, wait until Kamikui True Visage is in your hand, then just OTK your opponent. It's super easy. And here is the card priority list. For high priority, you definitely want Shiranui, Jorogumo, and Hoshiguma's Evolve. But I would suggest to save Hoshiguma Evolve until you see the opponent is about to deal big damage, because on activation it gives -10 dominate effect, and it pretty much would stop any aggro Shigami from dealing damage. Spider Lady is also pretty handy to have, because it will give you a free blocker if you kill a Shigami with a spider mark. But those 3 evolves are the most important one. For the situational choice, we have Song of Starfighter. If it was in any other deck, I would put this in high priority. But in this deck, while it is still a good card, you only want to use it when the opponent has annoying back row Shigami. Then we have Searching Thread. This is your life steal option because, let's face it, we are going to get hit a lot, and this will help us to live a bit longer. Whiplash is another option to get rid of back row Shigami while safely putting Kamikui in the combat zone. You can combine this with True Visage to deal some really decent piercing damage. And the most annoying card in this deck is Sound of Discord. This will annoy the hell out of any control decks, and they cannot do anything about it, because this form has a stats that can rival any control deck Shigami stats that decided to battle, unless they snipe it or insta-kill it, of course. And for finisher, we have the main bread and butter of this deck, True Visage of Kamikui. This form gives Kamikui a substantial attack boost, and when we combine it with the rally that we've been saving, it's pretty much game over for the opponent, unless they pull out some kind of bullshit trigger card. I am looking at you, Aobozu. Then we have Thorn. This is also another one of our handy finisher, but I would use it after you assault it, because if you use it before, you'll lose your assault attempt and it will not be able to use up those rally effect that you've been saving this whole match. And the last one is Arachnid Horde. This is also a good finisher. If for some reason your True Visage wasn't enough to finish them off, well, the chances are your opponent Shigami will have low health from the constant AoE damage from the form. You can use this as a board wipe while also dealing some extra tiny bit of damage. And that's about it for the deck rundown. I'm not kidding when I said this is an extremely simple deck. So if you are tired of thinking and you just want a simple deck, you can use this deck to unwind and release the pent-up stress after your boss nag you all day. But for now, let's move on with the replays. Our first matchup is up against a great Luminary player using the usual Ubume Aggro deck. I feel like this has become a standard test for the current viability of my deck in today's meta, but Oh well. Against a really aggressive deck like this, it's kind of tricky because you need to time your cards a bit more accurately. Our hand is a bit janky, but Hoshiguma and Kamikui Evolve will play a big role to our win condition. With this deck though, we don't care if we are going first or second, but we definitely prefer going first to get our rally or dominate going. When you are using this deck, your first level up would be either Shiranui or Hoshiguma, depending on your matchup. But most of the time, you want to go with Shiranui because the more you stack her rally early on, the easier it will be for you once you get to level 3. With our hand looking okay like this, we can just go ahead and evolve Shiranui. And I know I said to stack the rally, but when fighting against Aggro deck, there are times when you need to sacrifice the stack to take out their attackers. We got lucky and got rid of their Shiranui and Amanozako, their main early game damage deal. But we need to deal with Momo later once she put on a form. On their turn, they will strike back with Ubume, then put her SSR form. That will make them gain stand fast, and that second assault will deal a good 5 to the face. If the damage goes on too hard, we might die soon. So we definitely need to take out their Ubume. So this is how you attack without using up the rally. Activate Jorogumo's Evolve, then her SSR. That will get Ubume's health low enough so that we can just use Thorn just to put Kamikui's on the combat zone. I did that because if we attack Ubume, she will just move back and will not take any damage while we lose the rally. On their turn, they will just pass because they knew anyone that they put on the combat zone will die. On our turn, we hunt their Ubume because next turn Shiranui revives and they will get more rally. I don't want to get hit by that. Now this is where we need to make a sacrifice. I want to evolve Kamikui, but I also need a slightly beefy blocker, so I had to use Jorogumo as a blocker. We did deal 8 damage though. That makes their health the same as us. On their turn, they will finally evolve Shiranui. Then they will summon a Blazing Flame and boost it with Momo's Blossom. This is going to hurt. They hit our Kamikui and the Stray to the face. Ooh, ouch. Well, we definitely need to stop their level 3 burst, so we evolve Hoshiguma Doji, then we punch out their flame with him. They got a -10 attack dominate, plus we also have another -4 fragile trigger if they try to assault, so that will definitely stop their Amanozako. On their turn, they realized they needed to get rid of the dominate, so they put Momo forward. She dies miserably, then evolves Shiranui one more time for that extra rally. On our turn, we top deck the absolute gold card for this situation. We put Sound of Discord on Hoshiguma Doji, and this is just me being paranoid, but I use Song of Truth just so we can get the extra shield when punching them in the face like this. On their turn, first they will evolve Ubume, then they will put Song of Truth on Amanozako instead. Weird. They assaulted and killed our Hoshiguma Doji, but that wasted 2 of their cards and their whole rally buff. On our turn, since their Amanozako health is just low enough, we used our last Arachnid Horde, and would you look at that, their health is just at the right amount for Kamikui to punch it into oblivion. But they surrendered before we could do it. A bunch of cowards! Our second matchup is up against a guy called Magus from the Discord channel. This was not planned. Oh wait, is it Magus or Melon? I always get the two guys mixed up. We'll figure it out later. When fighting against a slightly controlled deck like this, it is best to take out their main engine first, which is Ibaraki and Garu. Otengu too, but only when he got a countdown. On their turn, they will put the draw form on Hangan, then assault with Ibaraki. That is a bait. They want you to attack the summon so that when it dies, it will reduce Hangan's countdown. On our turn, we'll just level up Shiranui and pass. We need to build up the rally before smacking them. On their turn, they will use the Fujin Assault. That will deal some damage to them because we have the form. And thanks to that, we only got hit for 4 points instead of 6. Once again, before we reach level 2, we can take it easy. Don't be hasty. Trust your deck. On their turn, they will evolve Hangan, then punch us again for another 3 damage. That does hurt quite a bit. Well, on our turn, I want to take out at least one of their Shikigami, so we summon a Blazing Flame, then Assault. That hit Hangan and their face, but didn't kill anyone. So I had no choice but to reset the Assault and try again. This time we did hit their main attacker and draw power. I mean, that's good and all, but at the start of their turn, Otengu will fire off the Wind Blast and that will delete our Blazing Flame. And I guess instead of risking attacking with the Countdown Shigami, they will just attack with Zahando and pass. On our turn, we'll just evolve Shiranui and Kamikui. They got no chance to OTK us, so we are just chilling for one more turn. Be patient, guys. Trust the process. On their turn, they will just attack with Zahando again and pass. See, they cannot OTK us. Well, on our turn, their Otengu is going to be really annoying, so we evolve Jorogumo, putting the spider mark on him, then suck the life out of Otengu, getting back 6 health and pass. On their turn, they will suicide run with Zahando to get rid of our Jorogumo. Their Hangan passive triggers, hitting our Kamikui. Then they will put the haste form on Ibaraki just to get a summon and pass. While it might look tempting to attack now, we just need one more turn. So this turn we'll just evolve Hoshiguma. That way they will get a -10 attack dominate. Then we put True Visage on Kamikui. That will get rid of the hand. The stray projectile will hit Shiranui, but that's fine as long as she doesn't die. On their turn, they will evolve Ibaraki. This is going to hurt quite a bit, but nice alternative art. That is really cute. They decided to attack first with Garuda because he has Soaring and Haste. Then activate Ibaraki's field, summoning another hand. And because it has haste, it will hit us for a good 6 to the face. If this was a normal deck, I would have panicked. But I will show you how we end this in just one turn. We use Whiplash on Hangan because I do not want to get hit with another stray projectile. That will deal 16 damage piercing. And we close it with a simple assault, dealing another 16 piercing. A clean, simple hit. Easy, right? And with that, you have reached the end of the video. I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any deck requests or suggestions, let me know down in the comments. And if you want to support me, I have Patreon and Ko-Fi links down below. And do not forget to join the Onmyoji Discord because we got some awesome and helpful people in there. That's it from me. See you on the next video or livestream. Bye!